I think the craziest thing about this that it was at the dyno only last week, and now look at it. Hey there and welcome to today's video where we're back in the garage and both cars are back in here too. So hopefully this video is going to be a little more upbeat and less stressed than the other ones, even though Ryan is drilling into a very expensive door right now.
I didn't pay for it, so it doesn't bother me.
So yeah, Ryan's fitting the last things on the car. This is actually Ryan's last day in the garage, although that's about the third time that we've said that, haven't we?
Yeah, I'll be back next.
So yeah, we're trying to finish off the last bits of mostly the Corvette, to be fair. My car's kind of, well, Ryan said 90% done. Wayne on the other hand is... What are you doing, Wayne?
Do a lot of things.
You need to do a lot of things?
Yeah.
This car actually lifts off the whole drivetrain. What? I was going to say, this is the first time that the car is literally all together, but obviously some of it's come off. So the front bumper, the bonnet's now being cut, which looks very strange there. You're very strong. And obviously the intercooler pipe's going to be going there.
Well, it's not intercooler pipe, intake pipe.
Intake pipe, whatever it is.
Would have looked nice if you got this shot before we took it apart, for sure. You know, all my hard work goes on channel.
As much of a big hole it is, because the, what's that, the Holly intake, is that the intake?
Yes, it is an intake, yeah.
Don't want to be getting crucified for getting everything wrong.
Loads from this experience.
We actually thought it was going to be a lot more cut. And moving on to the back, the rear hatch is on, so that's on 4 pins. So yeah, it's actually looking like a car. Yeah. But in about an hour, it's not going to be looking very much not like a car, because essentially the whole body of the car is going to be lifted, and then it's going to look very strange. There's going to be the 4 wheels and all the drivetrain components, and yeah, because that's the easiest way to kind of...
Take the whole office, check everything. Everything's been fully lastly checked.
That is the most preparation we've ever put in something. It's just getting taken off just to be checked.
A lot easier when we get to track. I don't have to do any work then. Do all the work now, don't do any work later.
I guess if that actually works, then that's fair enough. But if it doesn't work, then you're making yourself double the work. So yeah, that's the quick update of what's gone on the past day and what's going on today. Okay, so Ryan has finished the first of the plastic windows. Lexan windows? Plastic windows?
Lexan windows.
Lexan windows. So on these, it's kind of a bit awkward because that is the handle, so you have to chop out that. But if you open it up,
hello!
You have a Dave inside.
Been here all along.
Just been hiding away.
Hiding away, just going, maybe if I stay in here. I'm just so attached to the car now that I've just decided to sit in it for day after day to get comfortable.
It's still comfortable. You still can't see anything.
Can't see much. But yeah, what I've been doing today is looking at my driving position. So I'm very happy with the pedals, the steering wheel. As you guys can see, this will obviously have all the controls on it. Steering wheel position for me on this car. I mean, this is an unusual car, which I'm a little bit nervous about driving. So from my perspective, the steering wheel, I have, some of you guys might be tall, your knee hitting the steering wheel is like a real big issue. So not an issue at all in this car, because I'm like literally at this point here. I might have to adjust the clutch pedal up a little bit, just a tad. Other than that, it's not so bad. I've also been putting in this stuff, Josh, can you see? So this is just, this is not actually to do anything other than protect my helmet.
Which you have.
Which I have a very nice helmet from JMC Custom Paintwork. So I want to have, the back of the seat now has padding on it, and so does this. Now my head isn't hitting the cage, but it might just rub off it, so I just want to protect it. And then we're putting the second window in, and then we figured out some issues with the drive shaft on the back. Actually, I figured out some issues. Surprise, surprise.
He made a phone call.
The phone call didn't figure it out, but what he said on the phone call inspired me to figure it out.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you said it on the phone call.
No.
You figured, Ryan, is this the first thing that you figured out?
Didn't I figure out the drive shaft issue?
You did figure it out.
I did, see?
Wow.
It wasn't caught on camera, Josh, of course, yeah? The one thing I do right in the building is that. We had an issue with the drive shafts on the back binding and being a little bit stretched, and they were very tight. Long story short, we thought it was going to be a big problem. It was definitely a problem on the dyno. It was resisting. So what we've realized is that when we dynoed this car and made the 610 horsepower, there was a resistance from the drive shafts in that.
So essentially,
It could have more power than that, and it might have been actually resisting. And we're taking the clutch out today to check that that's bedding in properly and it's right, but it might have been the drive shaft all along that was causing the clutch to have more pressure than it needed when it was trying to take off. It was obviously kind of struggling to get them going. So it might have solved all the problems in just lowering the car, and that is the biggest irony of this entire build. All we seem to do is lower cars, and lowering actually got this sorted. So we're going to drop the engine and box and stuff out of the car, make sure everything's okay, put it all back in, and at that point, if everything's okay and the ride height's okay and the drive shafts are okay and the clutch is okay, we don't need to take anything else back out. This car is ready to go testing, bar all the little bits we need to just button up, dashboard, that kind of stuff. But that's a big step, so that's good news.
good news. Very good news. Okay, so whilst Dave has been supposedly figuring out stuff, I have been trying to fit a rear diffuser on the car because, as you know, Ryan did a half cut bumper on my bumper, quarter cut. So we have a diffuser kind of lining up, but because it's on not a standard car or anything like that, and it's not a diffuser for this car, obviously, we have to modify it on kind of. So I have skillfully made some, they will fit. So this is Ryan's last day, and I've taken in all of his knowledge, and that is all I can make. I mean that's pretty much on par with all the rest of the stuff you're building.
You can tear it to my eye. All grown up.
He's taught something. If I take anything from this time with Ryan, I can use a grinder a little bit. So I'm going to replicate it onto this side, because obviously it has to be the opposite, so I should give that a go. Okay, so the diffuser is on. There, the plate's sprayed up. So yeah, you kind of get the idea. I just really needed something a little bit extra for the back, and Dave has done his first bit on this car, which is the tail lights. So these are just the original tail lights, which he has tinted red. So it's quite nice that he's put a little bit of a touch onto the car. The Corvette didn't get the engine dropped and anything like that. So yeah, that's still ready to be taken off, but not. And Ryan?
It's gonna be wrecked like the red one.
We gave him this at the start of the day and said, here's a hoodie, and he said, I am not gonna wreck this one. And he put it on and he never took it off. And
Comfy, man. Fits nice too.
okay, so this is kind of Ryan's last day officially. It's not gonna be your last day around the cars.
No, we're back and bits and bobs still to do. I have to get back to the running of the business at some point.
I was gonna say, we took him away from his business for, how long is it now?
Been here now 37 days.
37 days.
The stuff has just stacked up. I just can't. I can't keep telling people no that I'm still working down here. I have to get back to doing something. So.
Okay, so yeah, so he's gonna kind of get back to what he's doing. He's gonna be popping in to finish off probably quite a few of the jobs that are still left to do. You're still gonna be there for the testing and everything like that, because I do want Ryan to test the cars, because
I want to be there for like checks and see. You know what I mean? I want to just see how they react with the suspension and everything else. And I'm interested to see how they go, because we've put a lot of effort into making them grippy and making them.
You've got an investment now.
I'm too invested in this.
We got him attached to this.
This is a problem that, like, when you work so hard at putting a car together, it becomes like your baby. So you just want to you want to see it, and you want to see it go. I want to see it go for its first time, like sending your kid off to school for the first day. But yeah, that's just how I just want to see them working, and then you kind of get from start to finish thing. Once you see it driving and doing what it's made to do, then it's like finished.
So yeah, we're going to finish off today. We're going to roll on this video for 2 or 3 days, I think, just kind of catch up all the finishing bits on these. It's not going to be a big emotional goodbye for Ryan because, like we said, he's probably going to get back next week when we're testing, so we're going to... Here, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
So yeah, catch you guys tomorrow.
Alright guys, as we get to the end of the builds, I want to thank one of our major sponsors this year, Moorfield Motors. The guys have been incredibly helpful to us all the way through. Mark's even got out in a car himself at our last Drift Games Drive Day. If you're looking for a second-hand car in Ireland, Moorfield Motors is the best place to go. They have amazing stock, they make the cars look exceptional, they're almost brand new, and if you're looking for anything from a first-time buyer to an SUV to a sporty diesel, anything, even some rare Japanese stuff in there, check out Moorfield Motors. They have a huge range of stock and they'll hook you up with a great deal. Alright guys, new day, and yeah, we haven't had the cameras on a whole lot because we've been actually panicking to try and get these cars done. BDC is about 2.5 weeks away now, and there's a lot of work to do. Wayne's face says it all. So basically, you would think that we are now putting it up and going to testing, which is what we hoped. But as you can see, the engine and drivetrain are coming back out of the Corvette again. And the reason they're coming back out of the Corvette again is a couple of things that when we were rushing to get it to the dyno, we didn't get to do, and because this car is a pain in the ass, Wayne, which it is. So basically the shifter has, as you guys will have watched in a previous episode, the shifter has a cable that goes from the shifter to the gearbox. We didn't adjust that correctly. I mean, it works fine, but we want to make sure it's absolutely 100%, because obviously if it's not, the gears can be half engaged or not engaged, so we're checking that. There was a smell from the clutch. We had an issue with the drive shafts on the back of the car. We thought the drive shafts were too tight, but it just turns out that the car was sitting too high. We have to lower the ride height on the car. So that has fixed that problem, but we're just not going to take a chance with it. We want to go back through everything, to button it all up, make sure everything is absolutely inch perfect and tight. So this is the last time, Wayne. Should be coming out and going back in.
Definitely, we've no time left.
Yeah, so like yesterday you guys saw Ryan got the windows in, we did a little bit of work on the inside of the car, but this is just to take everything out, check it once that everything's okay, fixed a few issues that Robbie spotted, like heat shields and little bits and bobs. Ryan has now gone back to Vital Fabrication, where it's his company, working away, but he's coming down in and around Wayne just to do the little small jobs over the next week or so. So as much as we want to just go testing right now, there's probably a list. I think we have a list here, Josh. This is still what needs to be done on both cars. There's quite a lot of work. Even when you think you've got the car running, you still have, we probably have a week and a half, 2 weeks work to do. The plan now is to get the cars buttoned up. Your car will get sort of to the point where it's aesthetically finished to show everyone, and then they'll still be going back to the dyno, still be getting stuff done. So this next 2 weeks is critical. These are all the small pieces. We don't have time for something to break now in testing to get new parts, so we're making sure and double checking that everything that's in the car is 100%. So I'm running off now to grab some more parts. Everyone's running around. Wayne is dropping the engine down, and yeah, hopefully we get this thing. It looks okay when we take it apart. That means we don't have any major issues, and we should be able to put it back together and everything's okay. So here's hoping.
Okay, so as we said, we're going to lift the body from the whole drivetrain. So Wayne, where are there's 4 pins that hold the body to the drivetrain.
The 4 subframe bolts.
Yeah, so there's
1, 2, and 2 to the side, and there's 4 on the back.
So it's literally just like, they look like little pins that just screw onto the subframe, and that essentially holds the whole body to the drivetrain.
Except you have all your brakes and all that crap you have to disconnect as well.
Oh yeah, you got to disconnect everything, all the wiring, all the plumbing. Rocky's very excited for this. You excited to see this? Not that excited. Right, let it up. It's not hitting anything this side yet. This is fairly crazy. Oh God, what was that noise? Did you like that? And that is essentially how that comes up. I think the craziest thing about this, that it was at the dyno only last week, and now look at it.
Back at the start.
Wayne was actually saying it's easier to check the drivetrain by doing this than to take everything off when it's actually in the car.
Look, the bolts are loose from the vibrator.
So this is how easy the job is when it's actually off.
You need to tighten these bolts so they're loose.
But there's literally no room around there when it's actually into the car. I guess gonna let Wayne do what he needs to do. Hopefully there's no damage to the clutch, hopefully there's no damage to the gearbox, and it'll all be sorted. Ryan, I thought you were gone.
He's a physic and never left.
We did the whole thing on Ryan leaving, and well, to
You
be
didn't do a thing on me, did you? You were just like, yeah, out of here, get out.
yeah, well, we did that thing, and yeah, and he's back again. Ryan has come in to do a heat shield because it's easily done when the engine's out. So Ryan said to Wayne, give me a call when the engine's out, so we do the heat shield, and today was the day, so here he is doing a heat shield. It's magnificent. I have actually got another spoiler, so we tried the 325 or the 328 one, I can't remember.
Version number 327.
So yeah, so we've ordered a Rocket Bunny spoiler. Turns out I don't think it's going to come in time, so we're going for a backup plan, which is Need for Speed Fast and Furious style. I'm not gonna lie, it's very Fast and Furious, say 10 years ago, but it's...
No, it's Need for Speed.
I don't know, it's okay, it's not obnoxious.
You go into Need for Speed, you scroll through your menu, you pick out like a 350Z or something like that, and automatic first thing you do, wing. This is the wing you get.
So anyways, with the front of the car being aggressive with the splitter and everything, we kind of need something to offset it on the back, so it needs something. I'm going to freshen this up. I'm going to make the bottom brackets there, spray it all black, and we shall see how this goes. Okay, in the 2 seconds, put the camera down, we actually have a delivery from Destroy or Die?
Destroy or die.
So these should be the extended tie rods because, I mean, I'm not sure what this is that Ryan made, but I mean, it's not even straight. Look at that, that's ugly.
Did it steer it onto the dyno? Did it steer it to where it is now? It did.
That was, to be fair, that
Took
was
5 minutes.
that was the only thing that I needed to do. So these obviously would bend and crack and everything in the real life situation. So he's made up some, I think they're extended by 40 mil. These will be offered for anyone that's buying this kit.
What's this? Wrap the parcel. Are you having a laugh? My God. He's having a joke. He's done this for the crack, you know. He's done this for the laugh.
If there's another layer now.
He has done it for the crack.
Oh, we're getting down to the bottom of it. And then you got one more. What do you have? There you go. What's this?
Tie rod ends. Lovely.
Oh, you said these are bump steer ones.
Lovely.
So thank you, Dan, at Destroy or Die.
Thanks for the wrapping.
Love these.
This is fantastic. The wrapping is just...
Right, back to brackets. Okay, so as you saw there, the spoiler was on the car, the brackets are off and ready to be painted, and the spoiler wasn't in great condition, so that's all stripped down. Also, ready to be painted. But, wait, how's it a terrible job if it's not done yet?
Just learning from him. Terrible job.
If we drill the hole in this, not the word.
So, the Corvette is being checked over and ready to be dropped back down onto the drivetrain. So essentially it was this.
Jeez, you even
Yeah.
you didn't even did the fancy paint stuff, did you? Shh, can't be letting
Have
people
you been making marks so you know if it's gone loose?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. Something like that. But I'm never going to see them anyway because they're on top of the tunnel.
So the shifter's all tightened up.
What we had to do, we had to adjust the cable, check everything, check all our vents, check our clutch, make up a new clutch line because we've done it all in a hurry the last time. So basically we're putting up everything that we rushed.
So you're confident this time it's going to work?
Yeah.
And for everyone that's not Irish, Wayne said we at the
Right, lower it down.
That's what yous are all here for. So I want you to watch this.
Be down in 2 seconds while you're waiting.
Literally just missed yesterday.
Move the gear so
That's what I'm watching. I want to watch it. I'm keeping your arm.
So it literally slots in to here. So essentially there's 6 bolts holding the whole bottom of the car to the top of the car.
So 5 bolts hold your wheel on, 6 bolts hold your car on.
Right, go on.
Yep.
see the lock button.
Oh, lovely.
The back bolts here with those, yeah.
Just hit a slap with a hammer.
I know.
Just give it a slap with a hammer.
What?
We're going to adjust it, not the
Turn
camera.
off that camera there and get the hammer.
So just went in?
Just fell in there.
Yeah,
but
just-
you didn't record that bit, did you?
No.
Gravity fed.
Just fell straight in there. No, just did the shift down.
Perfect.
Where do you want me to put the hammer?
Alright guys, so this episode was a little bit scattered. We still have Wayne working on the car, and we wish we were out testing. We wish we were out driving these cars, but all the advice that Robbie and Track Day Performance gave us, we're taking that advice on board. We're making these cars as good as they can be, making sure they're reliable, because if we go to testing, which will be 3 or 4 days before we load for BDC, we can't afford any problems. So now is the time to get to those small things. So we wish we were showing you some cars smoking up some tires, and we will be very, very soon. The next week is absolutely stacked with these cars. We've got lists to get through. We got to get the Corvette, all the graphics on it. We're going to be revealing Josh's car when it's finally finished. And from my perspective, we have got a couple of very entertaining episodes. We're also going to be weighing the cars, we're going to be testing the cars, and we're going to go BDC, and we'll show you all the behind the scenes of maybe, hopefully, the payoff of this massive project. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next episode, and I'm looking forward to the couple of weeks ahead, because it's the last push before we get these cars out onto the track, and we are so excited for that.